today I'll walk you through my exact morning ritual, the thing that I do day in, day out, the exact way I start my day, all steps from beginning to when I effectively start my workday, which starts with deep work. And it's a thing that I do every day that allows me to be very successful, and it allows me to root myself in an identity that is moving towards the next version of me, that allows me to not only feel better emotions on a day-to-day consistent basis, but also effectively get fucking insane results. And number 3, it allows me to gain momentum, to start my day with momentum. So here's 3 things that it does that is the main reason why I have this morning ritual, and I'm not fucking changing it. And I want you to follow the exact same steps, and you'll see that you're going to be super successful. So here's exactly the reasons. Number 1, what it does is it gives me momentum. The way that I start my day is by running to catch a running train. My day is not fucking chilling and like vibes all day. Instead, my day is let's fucking go. The reason why that is because I want to achieve shit in my life. Okay, so in order to jump on that moving train, you gotta hit the ground running, hit the ground fast. If I have a checklist that I'm very familiar with, that I mechanically can execute just by getting out of bed every day, that allows me to, when the work day actually starts, to hit it with speed and efficiency and momentum. Like I've already been getting wins. And that ritual has set me up to get my first wins in the day, so that I have no doubts in my mind I can fucking crush the day. That's number 1. Number 2, my morning ritual includes something that is the anchor in me creating the next version of my identity, the next version of my personality, which is gonna be the better, the improved version, because I've done it a couple of times in the past, and every time I've done it, every time I've effectively changed my identity, it was a good fucking idea. And it was because the pain of who I was just so insufferable that I had to change. And this is happening again. I have decided to not anymore be the guy that I was. And having that anchor in my day is something that allows me to at least know that no matter what happens, there's going to be a significant portion, not a significant, but at least a tiny portion of the day that I'm going to experience as that new me. And that is so fucking, that's huge. That's so fucking important. Okay, so understand that, like, if you're trying to change, and if you want change, especially if you want change towards your results in dating, hit the link below in the description. That's what we do here. But if you want to change personality and character and like the results and the emotions that you feel, you need to spend part of your day, ideally, eventually your entire day, but until you get there, your foot in the door is spending part of your day as the new you. And that is what my morning ritual allows me to do. It allows me to get up in the morning when my willpower is at its most, to kind of experience what it is like to be the new me. In fact, sometimes with some clients, I have this thing that I say, that your new you is going to be at the gym at 9 a.m. and either you're going to go there and meet him, or you're going to sit home and jerk off and fucking scroll Instagram, and you're just not going to meet that guy that day. Like, you're not going to spend the time with the new you. You can do it tomorrow, but on that day, you just missed out. So that's the next thing that my morning ritual allows me to do. And number 3, it's a great way to start your day. It's something that's familiar every day. It's something that's kind of like standardized and easy to do. And like, not only does it give momentum and anchor me in the new me, but it also kind of like, it's a good habit, man. So let's get into it. Number 1, the alarm sounds. When the alarm sounds, the thing that I do mechanically every fucking morning is I grab the covers and I throw them away from me. And I jump out of bed. There's no snooze. There's none of that. What happens, in fact, is that I walk to a different room where my alarm clock is. And the minute that I'm there, it's over. I'm not getting back in bed. I'm not trying to sleep some more. If I sleep after my alarm, I know that the sleep I'm going to get there is going to be ineffective and inefficient. So I might as well keep being awake. Caveat, the key to all this is to respect your bedtime, to make sure that you go to bed at a certain time that is not negotiable. You're not, disobeying yourself and missing your bedtime, because when you do that, then the next day you're not going to be able to get up in the morning. So that's what I do. The second the alarm sounds, I already know that my hand, without me controlling it, bro, my hand just grabs the covers, throws them out, and I jump out of bed and I go and hit the off button on the alarm. Not the snooze button, the off button, and I stay awake. Now, first order of business is peeing and then weighing in. A daily weigh-in is key, because part of my goals is bodybuilding, is lifting, is creating a physique that I am proud of. And an awareness of my weight and an awareness of the trajectory that I have is key to achieving that, because what gets measured gets managed. Okay, so in fact, studies have shown that having mere awareness of your body weight day in, day out is enough without any more effort to lose weight for some people. So that's the first thing I do. First thing I do is I go to the toilet and then I weigh myself in. Once that's done, the next thing is hydrate with a bunch of water. I know I should have electrolytes, but I think that's kind of like, yeah, maybe that's a good idea for me and for you as well. And we go into my morning meditation and visualization. My morning ritual consists of two things: my meditation, visualization, and my journaling. So I'm going to walk you through both experiences right now. So my meditation is 20 minutes. First of all, 20 minutes of mindfulness, because what that does is it calms down my body. It makes me go into a zone where my mind is awake, but my body is asleep. It goes back asleep. So in that way, I can have access to my unconscious mind, which is where all the shit that I'm trying to edit right now resides, which means all the old me, all the old habits, all the old shit that I'm not really happy with. This is where I can go in and start editing. The way that I can do that is only if my unconscious is asleep. The unconscious mind lives in the body. So the entire effort is going in the unconscious, bringing it in the conscious mind during enough period of time so that you can edit it and you can create the new habits that make you into the new man that you want to be. And then once you practice those new habits enough, they go back into the unconscious, and now in your unconscious lives the new version of you. That's the entire process. So like I said, I start with 20 minutes of mindfulness that puts my body at rest, puts my mind in a zone where I am alert, but I don't have beta brain waves, but rather alpha brain waves. That means I'm relaxed, alert, and I can start accessing my unconscious mind. There, what I do, the next steps is kind of admit to myself who I am, what I'm hiding about myself, where the gap lies between what I show to the world and who I really am, trying to minimize that gap and eventually close it entirely so I can be as authentic as humanly possible. And after that, it's kind of like, after that step is done, I use kind of like a prayer. I practice the art of surrendering, the practice of surrendering. I engage in the practice of surrendering, understanding that I have no choice in the matter. Like, I am merely a fucking instrument for the universe to do whatever it pleases with me, and the universe knows best, and I can trust it completely, to surrender to it and surrender all my impurities and my fears and my anger to it and my shame and all the things that I don't feel comfortable harboring. And once I surrender all that and declare that, do with me what you want, it's time for the next step. The next step is thinking about the things that the things that I think about and the things that I do that are not cool, that are the things that the previous version of me still does, and thinking about eliminating them, just becoming very aware of them, so throughout the rest of my day I can catch them in the act and nip them in the bud and eliminate effectively the behaviors that keep me anchored to who I used to be. That's the second to last part of my meditation visualization. And the very last part is feeling and thinking the things that I want to create in my life, the things that are coming at me or for me, the things that I am creating, and the things that will soon materialize my actual life. So I'm thinking about them visualizing them, thinking about details, about textures, about how they feel, and I feel the emotions that I would be feeling if they were with me right now. And these are things like, you know what, I'm not going to share that with you yet, but stay tuned, I might share them in a following video, or you will fucking see them eventually in these videos when they actually materialize, right? So this is the first bit of my morning ritual, and the second bit of my morning ritual is the journaling, which is 2, 3, 4 solid steps of like a couple sentences and then sharing my thoughts, and then that's the entire process. So the first thing I do when journaling, so when I'm done with the meditation, I get up from my cushion, because I have a cushion that I sit on. I get up from it and I go to my desk where my journal is, and then I start writing a couple of things. Number one, I will start writing things that I'm grateful for, things that give me perspective, things that kind of like I take for granted and I tend to forget in my day-to-day life, and this helps me take a step back and realize that my situation is not as bad as I make it out to be. I'm milking it for all I can, but it doesn't have to be as bad. So what happens is I see things that I'm grateful for, things that other people don't have in their lives, things that I would have killed to have earlier in my life that right now I take for granted and I'm not very grateful for. So that gives me perspective, that reminds me that I'm in a great position to create from. That's number one. Number two is I write down my priorities for the day and for the week and for the month. My priorities are things that really move the needle, things that are bigger picture goals, things that I need to keep in mind every day to succeed. Number three, for example, priority would be create a priority for me right now is creating a 4-hour block of work that is completely undistracted. I sit down, phone is off, and I do deep work for 4 hours, and there's no negotiation. This is something that I've struggled with since I was a child, and this is something that I'm creating in my life right now. This is something that is giving me the work ethic that I need, and that is giving me the discipline that I so much crave. So, gratitude, priorities. Then it is on to what's the next move? Right, intentions. Set my intentions for the day. Intention is, this is going to go well. I will be happy. I will create out of happiness. I will create and joy. These are intentions. I set my intentions, and then the thing I do after that is I write down my code of honor, which are like 4 or 5 sentences, how I will conduct myself every day, because this is who I am. This is my identity. And these are things like I act out of joy, or it's kind of similar to the previous one, or I am faithful to and loyal to my brothers. I will protect everything I love. I do not operate out of fear. Like I statements, basically. So when that's done, it's time to share my thoughts. So I'll sit down and share everything that I have in my mind, some things about yesterday. And when that's done, it can take like half a page, or you can take like 2 pages, doesn't matter. When that's done, I'm also going to share my regrets, everything I regretted from that day. All of that, what it does is that once the week is over and it's Sunday, I will sit down and review everything. I will figure out exactly where I've been, because like when you zoom out like that, you really see how you truly think. And you see your struggles, you see your peaks and your valleys, you see how on a block of in my case, for instance, last couple of weeks, there was a block on 9 days where I felt terrible. I didn't get anything done. I will see why, and I might start noticing patterns that once you are inside day-to-day life, you might be missing. So this type of journaling is great for that. And when that's done, and this is key, when all of it is done, all the waking up and weighing myself and the meditation, visualization, journaling, once all of this is done and over with, without wasting any time, I will jump onto the first task of the deep work session. And that is how I start my day every day. I suggest you do the exact same thing. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Hit the thumbs up button, click subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.